See, this is what I told y'all. People are being brainwashed because people keep getting on the mic talking about this country was built by immigrants. This country was built by immigrants. Or this city, New York City, was built by immigrants. They keep saying immigrants, immigrant, immigrant. Y'all, people are getting brainwashed. This comment right here says it all. Why on earth would anyone think that because they enter into the United States of America that everybody else stops working because they're here now? It makes no sense, right? But they say it so much until they done gassed up people coming in, making them actually believe that there was no skill until they got here. For real. Like, people are literally on here, on TikTok, saying, well, they didn't, black Americans didn't build ships. Black Americans didn't do this. Black Americans weren't involved in aviation before we got here. Y'all, they keep saying immigrants built, immigrants built, immigrants built. That's because these people don't know history. These people really think America started when they got here. They think that medical innovations and everything weren't going on until they got here. They think they were the first doctors and the first engineers and the first mechanics and the first everything. They really do. They have absolutely no, they think history, if they were to write the history books today, they will start that sucker right when their forefathers moved into America. They don't care about what anybody else did. They'll be like, oh, we invented this. We invented this. We invented this. For real. Crazy work. Crazy work. Even though they came into schools and were educated here, the schools were already built. They never even asked themselves, who built these schools? Leave it up to them. They built them. Okay? Because nobody before them could build anything. So here's some stuff, right, that I want everybody to read. So every immigrant who thinks that way, not every immigrant thinks that way, but a whole bunch of them have been brainwashed. Okay, so I just want to let you know the building and maintaining are two different things, right? Black Americans do both and have done both since before and after the United States became a country. I'm not telling any lies, okay? Okay? Since before and after the Revolutionary War, all the way to the present day, we built and maintain, okay, in every sector, every. When large groups of immigrants started coming over to work and to gain opportunity, because that's the reason immigrants came, okay, to work and for opportunity, they joined in what Black Americans were already doing. Okay? Black Americans never stopped. I'm sorry to burst your bubbles. I know that they make you feel, people can really gas you up. No. Black Americans never stopped. So, because many of you really are still in that mode of immigrants built this nation and maintained it and whatever, I do want to add this one thing. When immigrants got over here, they haven't even been maintaining. The majority of them have not been maintaining what was already built for more than a century. Yeah, you can't even say, I've been doing this for a century. No. The majority of y'all can't. Ask how long Black Americans been doing it. Since the 1500s? Yeah, ethnic Black Americans been doing this since the 1500s. Both enslaved and free. So I guess y'all gonna have a celebration when y'all reach a century of putting in. Because the majority of immigrants now can't even go back to the Civil War or the Revolutionary one. or any of the rebellions. Shoot, some can't even go to Vietnam. World War I? Nope, that's how recent the arrivals are that they say built this country. Now, there were white immigrants that can go way back, okay? There's indigenous. They aren't immigrants, okay? Black Americans aren't immigrants, okay? But the only immigrants that can go way back are old stock white Americans. Yeah, they can go way back. Old stock white American descendants can go all the way back, okay? Black Americans, all the way. So now y'all take a look at this little stuff, because I just don't want y'all to read, because y'all might think I'm lying. But I really don't like it. Y'all have been miseducated. Y'all way off. Some of y'all even over here thinking y'all doggone started hip hop and breakdancing. I mean, it's like roads. Somebody said Black Americans didn't build roads. Man, we built bridges. And some of them bridges still up today from the times of enslavement. Bridges and roads. The flip and the railroads. The railroads that you see, bruh. Okay? And there were some Chinese that were brought in later not to replace us, but because they needed additional hands over there on the West Coast. Because they were building railroads that long, okay? So they needed additional hands. It wasn't to replace us or that the Chinese did it better. No. We need additional hands. And plus, the Chinese needed work. Let's be real. They came over as indentures to do that. So anytime you go around hearing that whole spiel about immigrants, like, don't let that get to your head, baby. They gassing y'all up for nothing. They're gassing y'all up because, honestly, for real, many of y'all populations don't even outnumber Black Americans. What the flip you talking about? Some immigrant populations are far smaller, but y'all run what? Anyway, this the stuff we got to deal with when y'all go run around listening to the wrong folks. Okay, this is the stuff the Black Americans got to deal with and straighten out. You know what I'm saying? For real. This is the kind of stuff we got to go around straightening out. Because every time y'all be yapping stuff like that dude or whoever that was, don't make, like this dude talking about they weren't involved in aviation. You just we some of the best aviators, okay? It's crazy. It's crazy work. Crazy work. Talking about we weren't involved in NASA. I cannot. Let this sink in. Black Americans are in every sector. Every sector. Okay? Now go right along and play.